And I guess Bob Iger is quitting again. Now, do you think he's actually going to quit this time?
Nah. He's the kind of guy who would rather. I said in the tweet, right? He'd rather see Disney go down in flames with him than him admitting that he's wrong and entrusting it to someone else. He's that kind of guy. Like, remember during Bob Chapek's tenure when he entrusted Bob Chapek to be the new CEO, he never left his office. He never left his office. Why? Because it had a shower room in it. That's why. That's why.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, it's the only office in this Disney premises that had a shower room, so he didn't want to leave. So what does that say about his what does that say about his ego and his actual plans for the future? I mean, it's Chapek is a scapegoat. He's just using Chapek. Oh, if once the pandemic effects of our business is done, I will step in and kill Chapek's career. That's what it is. That's what it turns out that he didn't realize that it was gone so far deep. The wokies has festered the company so much that what's gonna happen after it's all on him.
Yeah,
it's all on him.
To be honest, I'm not sure if this is like a hope, but like this could like because someone said in chat, like so Mavis says the quartering clickbaited this article so bad it was a bit embarrassing. So the thing is, I don't think people are thinking that he's going to quit. Like I think that is just as of right now, it's not looking good for him.
No, the only scenario I see that he will quit before 2026 is Nelson Peltz or someone else succeeds in getting a board seat and ousting him out. That's the only scenario. He's not gonna quit in his own volition, chat. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. No see, I'm gonna bring up another article. So I think this one is a little different about the. Let's see if I can find it a little bit further up. Here it is. All right. So this one says he's gonna quit again. So this is I'm not sure if that's true, but I do want to hop over here. This is from the Inside the Magic. This says Disney CEO Bob Iger gives into pressure, announces he will quit. So I think that if, like you said, if Nelson Peltz, is that his name?
Yeah, Nelson Peltz. Yeah.
Yeah. If he does get in, then maybe, right? As of right now, we did hear that they had like an emergency like board meeting thing, saying that they're basically like, what do we got to do to like fix things, right? We got to focus on specific things that won't screw us anymore. It's because a lot of stuff comes from consumers, right? I believe there was an article. I'm not sure if this one is in this one. It's saying that they talked about how ESG, the values and the actual like mission statements of ESG does not align with consumers, right? And here's the thing. We're not, you can say that we're consumers, but we're not, we're your fans, right? And Disney has been out for about 100 years now. Well, actually 100 years. And they celebrated with him with Wish, and then Wish is not looking so well as of right now. Okay. I'm going to give someone in the chat that, yeah, we're not 100% sure, but I think that Wish is going to end up flopping. And it's just, it's not looking good. Now it comes, do you think Chapek was better though?
DW Pro made that argument actually, because like the movies that were released now, it was approved during Iger's time before Chapek, and during the time Disney stock was at an all-time high, it was Chapek. It was in the position when that happened. It was at 201, I believe. 200, yeah, 200. Now it's at like 90, 91, 92. That's during Iger's time. So, Chapek actually didn't want to go all in on Disney Plus. It was Iger who wanted that, which obviously now we see the effects. So yeah, if Bob Iger didn't install people that are who already know probably that they were eventually gonna pull Chapek out, and if Chapek wasn't Chapek's biggest mistake was to pander to the politics that got them into where they are now. That's probably his biggest mistake. But apart from that, probably Chapek would have done a better job.
Now, this is going to be it's still relevant, but how many people in Disney currently do you think are socialist communists?
A lot, probably. I imagine
I agree.
maybe 80 at the bare minimum, 80%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad, right? It's because this is the legacy, right? 100-year this is a legacy of Disney. Disney's founded on American values and it's been infiltrated by a lot of things that does not reflect what Walt wants in his company.
Yep.
Right? And the reason why I want to bring that up because it's a video that I shared from on Twitter. All right, so let's go and check this out.
Well, I didn't pull my punches on how I felt. And he evidently heard that I had called them all a bunch of communists, and I believe they are. And at a meeting, he leaned over and he said that you think I'm a communist, don't you? And I told him that all I knew was what I'd heard and what I'd seen. And he laughed and said, well, I used their money to finance my strike of 1937. And he said that he got the money through a personal check of some actor, and I don't know who that. He didn't even name the actor. I didn't go into it any further. I just listened.
Can you name any other individuals that were active at the time?
I don't believe it's a political party. I believe it's an un-American thing. And the thing that I resent the most is that they are able to get into these unions and take them over and represent to the world that a group of people that are in my plant that I know are good 100% Americans are trapped by this group, and they're represented to the world as supporting all of those ideologies, and it's not so. And I feel that they really ought to be smoked out and shown up for what they are, so that all the good free causes in this country, all the liberalisms that really are American, can go out without this taint of communism. That's my sincere feelings on it.
There it is. From the man himself. Okay. Mm-hmm. I would say if he is alive today, right? If he's alive today, it's literally Disney in name. Right? A lot of things have changed drastically. Look, I'm not saying that companies can't change and evolve and grow with the time. I'm not saying that. Right? Mm-hmm. There are companies that becomes more diverse, but the thing is that it shouldn't be the forefront of everything, right? Because the quote unquote Disney not so secret gay agenda was not supposed to be a public thing, right? That was recorded from an employee that was at a Zoom call, right? And the thing is that when he's talking about these associations, these guilds, these unions, he's talking about just these big unions, right? So I have close friends, people who are way more knowledgeable than I am, and when it comes to the union stuff in IATSE and the Animation Guild, it is. I wouldn't say it's 80%, but I would say it's definitely more than 60. Right, and the thing is that the people who don't say anything are basically the silent type, and because they don't want to get let go, or if I say something, against them, then I might get blacklisted, I might get ousted, I won't find a job anymore. Right. Mm-hmm. I was at Chris Gore's thing today, and we talked about it. Now he talked about on his panel, there's a reason why not just Disney, but a lot of the Western media is failing. Right. You get some really good stuff like Dune, but like it's from time to time you get some good stuff, right? But majority of stuff, people are just looking to do independent films now. Right. It's like, so they don't have to be beholden or locked down or tied down by the corporate overlords, is because they have all the money. And that's why stuff in Japan are doing really, really well. People are just looking outwards, and it shows with the money, right? I guarantee you $17 million Godzilla minus one? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Godzilla -1.
That movie is going to do amazing. Right? It's going to do fantastic. It's going to do so, like, the thing is that where did all the money go for Little Mermaid? Where did it go? right? We do know $150,000 went to
Went to
hair.
her hair. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Right. And then we have what's it called again? The Marvels, almost $300 million, maybe $300 million plus. Like, where all the money go? Visual effects. There was a lot of visual effects according to what I saw on Godzilla. Right. So how is this happening? Now, where is all the money going? How do you feel about this, Grae?
Yeah. It's like I think it's because for the before all this started going down before Endgame's, like, it's okay to have a mega ultra bloated budget because they make it up in billions anyway. I think that was the stance. Like, there's no accountability or proper procedures in place in the finance side to thoroughly break it down to see if they get the most optimal cost of every item when producing a movie. Now that it's losing by the hundreds of millions, now it's more apparent that they do. But it's something that they probably need to adjust with getting used to, because they're so used to spending a boatload of money to make billions back, so they don't really check the budget. Now that they're losing, now more than ever they need to do that. And it's just that Disney has been really, really slow about it. They're very slow, or that they simply just don't care. The people just simply don't care because they're so used to getting a handout from like BlackRock, Vanguard, etc. So they're just so used to, oh, we'll get money anyway, so we'll just keep doing what we're doing, which is fine. Which is why for these these activists, they don't understand how business works. They're just so used to money being handed to them, and it's gonna be fine. The money doesn't matter to them. It doesn't really matter. That's why it's okay to keep bleeding and bleeding and bleeding as long as I get to keep doing what I'm doing. They don't have that accountability in check. That's what I'm seeing.
Let's see. Iger has served as CEO of Walt Disney Company on 2 different occasions, which makes him a unique figure for the history of the iconic corporation. During his first stint as Disney CEO, Iger oversaw huge growth at the House of Mouse, transforming an already powerful company into one of the world's richest and largest corporations. Now, yeah, that is true, right? What he did, I'm not sure about Star Wars, but especially for the Marvels, it was huge, right? What he did, purchasing Marvel, purchasing Star Wars. Not Star Wars, but Lucasfilm. It was a big move. It was a big play, right? But the thing is, like, I wonder if he's basically feels like he's letting a lot of people in middle management handle a lot of the major decisions that could potentially break Disney.
He's always been that guy. Like, whenever I hear people talk about the history of Bob Iger, like, what did Bob Iger do? He acquired Pixar. He's the kind of guy who just thinks strategically, but he never does the hands-on. You get it? Like, imagine he's the manager of the restaurant. He just assigns the chefs, but he himself doesn't know how to cook.
Yeah,
he's that kind of guy.
Yeah, right. And it's funny is because I feel like it's like going back to the earlier question about how Hollywood, right? Here's the thing. Walt Disney owns a lot of Hollywood. He owns a lot of different studios, right? Yeah, he has his hands on everything, right? ESPN, ABC, Marvel, Star Wars, Lucas, it's a lot. And I know that they were really trying to go up against Netflix, right? Calling it the Netflix killer, which is completely stupid, right? In my opinion, because it never even reached close to Netflix killer. I'll say HBO Max is probably better, but it's I don't think there is a comeback for this unless everyone in like middle management and below gets just gutted. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, right? It's because I think just the name Disney has such a strong foundation. Its original founding foundation from Walt himself, Walt and Roy, gives investors like, oh, just because it's Disney, we're just going to invest in it. We're just going to invest in it. Now, and that's the reason why when Elon Musk says, go fuck yourself, hi, Bob, if you're in the audience, that one hurts them pretty hard. It's because coming from someone who's extremely more wealthy and more successful than you are. And majority of stuff, like he says, does not need any advertisements. And that's the reason why a lot of the movies that are coming out, like, I'm not going to invest my time and or money into it unless we can get money back. like if we're doing it for here, right? If I'm going to go watch a Disney movie and I'm not going to talk about it or make a video about it, it's a waste of my time and my money.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I'm not going to give money to people who hate us, who hates their fans, right? And that's the reason why I feel that it's time to think about stuff that you can that you're passionate about, right? Like for you, JRPGs. Just watch it. Just do that. Like, we've been bashing on Disney for such a long time, and we don't want to, but we do give them praise when it's good, right? We like Guardians 3. Guardians 3 was a good movie. We enjoyed it, right? There was a lot of things that other stuff that Disney could have done, but they don't, right? And it's because of the DEI and ESG stuff, and it does not reflect on the company's values anymore, right? They even tried to remove. They're thinking about removing, like talking about American values. Like, I remember Walt's speech, trying to remove it, right? They're changing everything up, and it's just a shell of its former self. But then people just loves Disney so much growing up, like people who are like, who have the ability to go to Disney, like who have money now. It's like, we'll bring our kids there because we want them to feel how we felt. We want them to experience what we experienced when we were kids. And that's the reason why people just flock back to Disney. I think it's hard to let go. It's like that crazy first girlfriend that you have. Like, damn. I don't want to, it's hard to break up with you, right? Like that kind of stuff. But it is what it is though. But yeah. Nelson Peltz, do you want him to get a board seat so he can completely like get rid of all of the shitty stuff at Disney?
Yeah, it's like, he's a Wall Street guy, but I'd rather have someone who's profit driven and the products are actually good than what's going on right now. Then shit products and they're losing a ton of money. So at least in Nelson Peltz's side, he'll probably find some way to overprice eventually. He's the kind of guy who will probably do that. But at least you're getting good stuff. I mean, at the end of the that's my take. As long as you get good quality and entertainment, bring the entertainment back to entertainment. That's all there is to it.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.